Good everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. As you've noticed, right, I'm not making much videos lately. That's because, right, I decided to take a month off from doing any of the YouTube stuff or focusing on Salesforce stuff, and because it's a holiday month, right, and because in New Zealand you got a Christmas and then New Year, so pretty much like a 20 days of holidays, so which is sweet. So I'm mostly focusing on philosophy because I every year, end of every year, I get it. I look for Plato's Republic. That's one of my favorite philosophy book. I've been reading it for the past 8 years, and it has a profound influence in my life. It helps me to, understand different realms of reality rather than, focusing on just one side of the equation, right? So that's what philosophy does to you. Opens up your appetite for a different reality, and you pretty much try to seek the tree of knowledge rather than just running behind materialistic aspect, right? So yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been doing lately. So that being said, right, I thought I just wanted to put some update on the course list which I'll be covering in 2022. Um, as you know, right, most of the stuff will be free, right? Because I wanted to give most of the stuff free, except the architecture stuff. Architecture I won't be giving free because it takes a lot of time to make architecture stuff, right? So, and I wanted to really, bring my real architecture experience to it. So that's why I charge. Some people charge $200 for an admin course, right? Or for a platform developer course. I just give that for free, right? Because those are pretty basic. You shouldn't be paying for it, in my personal opinion, right? Unless it's really. I'm not. But that being said, right, I'm not jeopardizing someone else the course, saying that you should not buy it. If you think that their course will add value, then please go and buy it. Right? I'll try to make it, as much as free from my side. Okay, so next year, what we're gonna do? I will make CPQ. Right? This is free, so I thought CPQ is pretty hot in New Zealand. A few companies uses it. Australia uses it a lot. Probably if you're from India, you might have seen CPQ getting used a lot because India has a big Salesforce user base and very talented user base as well. So CPQ is something I wanted to cover, and platform app builder I've already covered. Marketing, I just hold on for a second, right? Admin and administrator, I'm not going to cover, right? There are lots of courses out there, so I just don't want to touch that part. Advanced admin, might. We'll see, right? So this is not really a priority. CPQ, yes, it is. Okay, then let's go to the architect. I will. Okay, let's talk about architect, which won't be free, but I just still wanted to mention, which will be a part of Inspirata solution. You can buy the course from there. So right now I'm tidying up, development lifecycle and deployment architect certificate. This is the most easiest architect certification ever I've done. It's just pretty simple. So if you are someone who knows how the branching strategy works, how the Kanban works, or how the Trello board works, or the Jira works, so you will pretty easily clear this one. But that being said, I just bought some of the real life experience to it, so that's why I just make my course paid. And plus it's $30, right? It's barely the cost of six coffee. So with the cost of six coffee, if you can get certified, why not, right? So yeah, and I plan to cover identity, right? And I plan to cover sharing and data architect. So pretty much everything for system and application architect, I will be bringing in next year. So this will be paid. So three architect certification next year will be paid, right? Identity, data architect, and sharing and visibility, right? So that's, and now coming to the free, let's look at the developer one to see if I wanted to cover anything. I have covered um, the platform developer one, platform developer two, but I might cover marketing cloud developer. That's something in my list. So I would say the probability of doing this is around 60 to 70%. So it's pretty high chance. So what we're gonna do, CPQ, that's for sure. You will get that course for free next year. Marketing Cloud Developer, 60 to 70%. So I'm not talking about Omni Studio. I know it's getting popularity, but I'll just keep it for 2023, right? So app builder, I've already talked. JavaScript, mm, I will see, right? So industry CPQ developer, not this year. Salesforce marketer, let's have a look. Um, I might cover, so see, marketing cloud developer, right? So let's go back again for a second. So marketing cloud developer, this is it's pretty interesting. They put it in both the place, but anyways, so marketing cloud developer, I said 60 to 70% chance, but I would love to cover marketing cloud administrator because marketing cloud is very getting very popular, at least in New Zealand, right? Um, so marketing cloud administrator, marketing cloud developer, CPQ. We talked about three, okay, free courses. I won't ask a single penny out of it, right? So free. Not talking any of the Padrod this year, so just flag it for now. Salesforce consultant. Okay, right. So, right. So I will be covering Service Cloud Consultant. That's the first certification I'll be covering in Jan 2022. So this is the one I'll be starting. I'll be starting with in 2022. I won't be talking anything about, like I said, Omni Studio. Omni Studio is not for 2022, right? That's the 2023. I will cover in 2023. I might bring someone else to do the course for me too, right? Because I'm also I've also started going to start another business next year around nanotechnology. So I'll get extremely busy. So, but that being said, right, my main priority is to make Inspirator solution one of the biggest solution in the world platform in terms of free learning on Salesforce space. So this is focused fully on Salesforce. I'm not bringing any of the course. I mean, I've been asked by a few, hey, why don't you add artificial intelligence to it? I don't want it to do that because Inspirator solution is built only keeping Salesforce in consideration. So yeah. Okay. CRM. I'm not sure, to be honest. I really didn't like Einstein and CRM. It's the most boring topic I've done. I mean, I know how this thing works. They talk about machine learning, got nothing to do with machine learning, right? There is no algorithms you need to learn. It is like using tools, right? And I don't really enjoy doing it, right? Because I know a lot about deep learning. I know a lot about machine learning stuff, but Einstein kind of disappointed me. So this course, I will cross it from my list. So you might as well, learn this from someone else. But that being said, I've covered a free course, about a little bit about machine learning and Einstein. So you might find it interesting, right? So that's one thing. Not covering nonprofit. Nonprofit is very interesting though, right? Because one of my previous employers, um, uh, one of my previous no, not employees to be honest. I would say, I mean, I never worked for that person, but I mate, we did some stuff together, for a short time. So he had a chance to, volunteer for a non-profit. So, and he managed to clear the certification. So, um, I asked him last time, means around 6 months ago, he told me it's going to get very hot in the market, non-profit, because Salesforce trying to, infiltrate the everywhere, even the non-profit space. So non-profit um, certification will be highly valuable. So I can't promise to make non-profit this year because it's already too much stuff I'm doing it. So I will flag it. We'll see in 2023, right? Designer, nah. UX designer sucks. My mate recently took this and he said it's not worthy. The certification is just a garbage. I mean, no matter what you guys say, it just, I'm not going to do it. So, plus I don't have an eye for design, right? This will not make you a UX designer. I mean, look at the course, right? Let's look at it. Since I'm hammering this anyway, so let me justify why I wanted to hammer it. All right. So, so they talk about design still declarative. I look at the Salesforce interface, right? Salesforce help interface. Salesforce help interface really frustrated me when they try to migrate it. A lot of the things, the link doesn't work. It just kind of, it's very sluggish. So, I raised my objection initially when they launched the certification. I said, hey, you guys are creating this certification, right? But I don't see that you guys implementing it yourself in your own technology, first of all. So, and that doesn't really give me very confidence to recommend or even to make a course on it, right? Because you see, I'm very big on certification. I do believe certification teaches you a lot of things, right? Because in a day-to-day Salesforce work, you may not get to touch every aspect. I've been fortunate, right? Because I get to work in a government agency, which I'll be leaving. That's one of the update I just wanted to mention as well. I'll be leaving my current, I do contracting for a government agency. So I will be leaving that job by Jan end. So my contract is over. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I mean, although they want me to continue more, so I just decided to go somewhere else. Not because I have any problem with that firm. That agency has been amazing. People have been extraordinarily talented. Really had amazing fun. I and my boss, he's amazing. They give me a lot of opportunity to work on different parts of Salesforce. That's one of the advantage. I don't know if you had a chance to work with a government agency, but in New Zealand, it's a very dynamic environment. Yeah, I do understand there is a little bit of bureaucracy involved, which is pretty much common everywhere in the world, right? So you get to learn this part of it, that part of different integrations, that kind of integration, velocity, static code analysis, different kind of frameworks, different integration patterns, MuleSoft, you name it. I've been fortunate that I get to work on different aspects of it. So I wanted to go and do something else. So I'll be joining Big Four, as again, Big Four, one of the Big Four, whatever you guys call, as an architect. So again, I'll be going to government agency to work from there. So which is one of the update I just wanted to share. Um, I mean, 2022 seems pretty busy for me. Like I said, I'll be making a lot of courses for you guys, and I would really hope that you guys get certified, more guys get certified, and I do understand that sometimes you must be wondering, hey, I don't have money to buy the course. Yeah, you don't have to, right? That's why I'm making it free. So I will not recommend architect certification if you're starting out for the first time. And people do mistake. They think, oh, it's pretty simple. Architecture is not something, you will not become an architect just by taking certification. You need to have real life experience. You need to know how the governance work, how to handle, a request from stakeholder, how to be a part of a scrum, right? And what happens when, development team fails to deliver. Obviously, architect get blamed. How do you handle those kind of pressure, right? What happens when you get pulled into multiple projects? And what happens when they, call to and say, look, from Monday, you are a part of this project. You are an architect, and you have no freaking idea what the project is about. So how do you handle those challenges, right? So if you know all of these things, then certification is sweet. You will smash it with no problem whatsoever, right? And in New Zealand, we have a huge demand in Salesforce certification. Not only in New Zealand, right? I mean, I've been asked out by many Australian recruiters, right? I mean, a few other Australian recruiters reach out to me and say, "Hey, you're based in New Zealand. That's fine. You can do remote work from New Zealand. We are pretty dry out there." So there's a lot of opportunity if you're in New Zealand or in Australia. Salesforce is amazing. It's a technology I love. I would say I haven't seen any technology, even artificial intelligence, that come close to Salesforce in terms of requirement. Salesforce is infiltrating to pharmaceutical space. I'll be surprised if they infiltrate into space, companies as well. Where they use Salesforce. They're or most of the government agencies are already trying to get in. Small scale sectors they've infiltrated successfully. Infiltrated, I didn't mean in a bad way. I mean in a positive way, right? They are doing everything to make the user experience better and help the business at the same time to make the most out of Salesforce. Yes, some do say Salesforce is pretty expensive. If you know how to use it, you can make a lot of money from Salesforce. I'm telling you that. Right, that's pretty much what I wanted to cover today, guys. So I won't be making any videos. I will release the designer one, as I said. If you guys have been waiting for it, sorry it's taking time. Like I said, I'm not actively doing much on Salesforce these days because this is, a month end of the year, December month. So, taking it easy. And plus it's summer, so yeah. That being said, you guys have an amazing New Year's. Cheers.